What is up, guys? It's Leah here, coming at you with a video. Whoa, Leah, that's weird. Haven't seen her before. Sorry if this lighting's bad. I'm indoors using artificial light from the ceiling because it's like 6 o'clock and it's dark out. I kinda actually like this background a lot better because it's plain and Gucci. So today I'm going to be giving you a Titanic conspiracy theory video. I wrote this all up like 2 months ago, so I'm sorry if any of this is weird. I'm gonna be reading down here. Sorry if I'm not looking at the camera. One of the biggest conspiracy theories about the sinking of the Titanic was that the Titanic didn't actually sink. Some people believe that the Titanic's sister ship, the Olympic, was the ship that actually sunk. They were sister ships, so they were pretty much identical, besides like there was a difference. One of them had an extra porthole. I'm not quite sure which one it was, and then obviously the names on the ships were different because of the Titanic and the Olympic. On the day the Titanic was leaving, there was a photograph taken of the Olympic that was titled Titanic Leaving Southampton. So, the story goes that Captain Smith took the Olympic on a voyage on June 14th, 1911. And as he reached New York, there was a collision between his ship and like a tugboat. This caused a lot of problems with the insurance, and the insurance rates spiked up a lot. 3 months later, the Olympic had another collision with a British warship in the UK. So these crashes were thoroughly investigated and it was all blamed on the Olympic. So then I don't know what the company is called. White Star Line? Something like that. They're like, the company's insurance rates skyrocketed. Since the company who made the ship was responsible, they didn't want to have to pay for that, you know? They didn't really want to pay all that money to repair both ships and to sail again, because if they sailed, the prices would go up again. And this resulted in the owners switching the names on the ships when the Olympic was brought to Belfast and sat next to the Titanic. So supposedly someone came and switched up the letters so that there was the Titanic, the Olympic. Now the Olympic was the Titanic and the Titanic was the Olympic. The White Star knew the Olympic would sink if it went on another voyage because they didn't have the money to fix it properly. So if they named the Olympic the Titanic, they would be reinstated by the insurance company for any damages to the Titanic. So like, basically, if they put the letters of Titanic onto the old boat, the Olympic, which was all damaged and had like no insurance left, like if it sunk, oh well. But if it was called the Titanic, it was supposedly a new ship, they would be fully reinstated for all the costs if that one sunk, because the Olympic was sitting back at home not being used. So they supposedly knew it was going to sink, so they wanted to make up this whole mischievous plan so they could get the money for a ship they knew was going to sink. JP Morgan, who was one of the bosses at White Star, was supposed to take the voyage to New York on the Titanic, but canceled because he was sick. But then he was seen 2 days later in reportedly good health. So it's kind of weird how one of the bosses was supposed to be on the Titanic but decided not to last minute, even though it was all reserved for him. Like, maybe he knew what was going to happen. Also, more than 50 first-class passengers canceled at last minute, and many of those people were friends of JP Morgan. So, sketchy. And White Star told Captain Smith to go into this dangerous area with icebergs at a dangerous speed so the ship would sink. The plan wasn't really to kill everyone or anything like that. Like, they knew they didn't have enough lifeboats, but the Californian was supposed to be, like, Captain Smith was supposed to go within, like, a few miles of the Californian, but like the transmitter people, I don't know what they're called, but they didn't communicate very well, and the Titanic one was sleeping, so he couldn't navigate Captain Smith to where the Californian was going to be. So they ended up being like 50 miles apart, which this little ship going 50 miles to get to the Titanic is going to take a long time. People found it suspicious that the Californian only carried extra lifeboats, clothes, and like a few crew members, and then the captain, which normally there's a lot more, and they'd be carrying something useful instead of just extra lifeboats and clothes. Like, that's basically like the whole conspiracy around it. And then like when the Californian tried to get there, it didn't get there fast enough because it was 12 miles off of where it was supposed to be. And this mistake kind of ended so many people's lives. I personally don't know if this is real, but like it kind of makes a lot of sense. But I don't think that the White Star company wanted to kill a bunch of people. I think they had good intentions, kind of like they just wanted money, but they were going to have this ship be there for backup to get people back on board. So it wasn't like, oh, let's just kill a bunch of people so we can get like $1 million for the ship, like, you know. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and Laurel and I are going to be doing like 25 days of Christmas, so you will be getting 25 videos from us in Christmas. I mean in December. So look forward to that. Bye guys.